If you think giving your kid AI is like handling the cheat codes, stick around. I'll show you why it's more like giving them a better coach while you are still the manager in charge.
Right, you in control. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, AI is everywhere. Homework, games, even in the classroom. And all the chat about it, it will make them lazy. They'll forget how to think. It's all slop, it's spying on us.
A brother from Langley.
Today, we'll bust myths that us as parents hear about AI and our kids. And I'll give you a simple game plan you can run tonight. No jargon, no fuss. Before we get into this, look, every child is different, and you as their parent are the best person to know when they're ready for any of this. The point I try and make through this whole thing is that you are still the parent, you are in charge. Myth number 1, AI kills creativity. In reality here, the AI is just a new box of crayons, it's a new tool. Your kid still needs the ideas, the taste and the judgment. Used the right way, it can actually help boost creativity by helping bring your kids' ideas to life in ways never before possible. Give it a creative prompt, like write a silly story about a goalie and a robot dog with 3 plot twists. Then, ask your child to rewrite the best bit their way, or write a sequel or a prologue. Get them to use their imagination. Number 2, using AI is cheating. Now, copy and paste is cheating.
I'm a politician, which means I'm a cheat and a liar.
Absolutely, don't do it.
Don't do it!
But using the AI to help you understand or outline is just smart research, in the same way you would way back in the day use an encyclopedia in Carter or just use Google now. Set some house rules. AI can explain it, but you must write it. Number 3, AI is always right. Now, AI can sound as confident as that one mate you've got down the pub that knows everything.
When I get sad, I stop being sad and be awesome instead.
But AI can and does hallucinate. Essentially, all AI is ever trying to do is predict the next thing, so the next word, the next pixel. It uses information to do that so it can do it accurately. However, when it can't do it accurately, it will sometimes fill in the blanks itself.
I just made that up.
So teach a 2-site rule here. Verify key facts from 2 reputable sources before trusting the answers. Even better, when you're prompting AI, ask it to give you the sources it's using.
Time out! Time out! Time!
If this is helping at all, tap like and then sign up for the free Friday AI playbook, which contains tips, hints, hacks, the latest news in AI that matters to you, as well as my slightly tongue-in-cheek sporting takes. The link to sign up for that is in the description and the pinned comment. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss next week's AI for Parents video. Okay, let's get back to it. And in at number 4, AI understands my child. The reality is, the AI is predicting words, not feeling feelings.
I can see that you're worried, and I just want to assure you, I am not human, and I cannot feel pain.
It being friendly does not equal it being empathetic. Use AI for tasks, not therapy. Keep emotional chats human. And 5, AI is unsafe for kids. Look, it's as safe as the guardrails you set, right? Like the rest of the internet. You wouldn't just let your child loose, unfettered on the World Wide Web with no supervision, guardrails, or parental controls, just like you wouldn't here.
The internet is not the nicest of places.
So turn on your built-in safety features, sit next to them, make sure they know how to use it, and create a family use plan. Most of the big models now come with parental controls. ChatGPT just launched theirs last month. Number 6, AI screen time is worse than other screen time. Well, let's think about this. Being active is better than being passive. Creating is better than scrolling. So, swap 30 minutes of passive YouTube doom scrolling for 15 minutes of AI-assisted creation. Make a comic strip, a logo, a story, a picture, anything. And then go on 15 minutes offline play to chill out. Here's how us as parents keep the advantage. Be the co-pilot, sit with them when they use it, ask them what they're trying to do, and teach them critical thinking so they always make the AI justify its answer. Here's 3 super useful house rules. No personal information. Verify key facts twice. The AI may explain, but you must produce. And talk like it's normal. What did AI get wrong today becomes dinner table banter.
It was just banter.
Encourage curiosity over fear in a safe way. And ensure that active over passive every time. So for every AI help task, there's a human edit. Children should always publish their version of the work, not the raw output from ChatGPT. Is AI safe for kids? Yes, with supervision, filters, and open and honest conversation. Not for just unsupervised wandering, in the same way you wouldn't for just the normal World Wide Web. Does AI harm creativity? No. Used right, it multiplies output. The idea still comes from your kid and can help them bring their ideas to life and create that excitement. Should kids use it at school? Most schools now have AI policies. Find out what it is, read it. And at home, make sure you're teaching ethical use for explainers, outlines, practice questions, study guides, no copy and paste in essay answers. And the biggest misconceptions, that it's always right, it understands your children and banning solves anything. AI isn't the boogeyman, it's just the new pitch. Our job as parents is to coach our kids, keep it safe, keep it curious, and make sure that the human element of this, our kids, stay the decision maker and are responsible and the creators of the final work output. If this has helped at all, hit like so that more parents see it, and drop your biggest AI myth or concern down in the comments, and I'll try and get to as many as I can. And sign up for the weekly no jargon tips, new AI news that matters to you, and the tongue-in-cheek sporting takes as well, link in the description. Thanks for watching, stay peachy.